हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू हेलो अध्यापक। आज मैं आप लोगों के लिए एक इंग्लिश का क्वेश्चन पेपर लेकर आया हूँ 8th क्लास का। ये लास्ट ईयर का ओरिजिनल क्वेश्चन पेपर है सीबीएसई का। तो आइए विदाउट वेस्टिंग एनी टाइम लेट अस see the question paper. Section A, which is reading, 15 marks. Now there is a passage and you have to read this passage, and then there will be questions following this passage. You have to answer those questions. तो आइए पढ़ते हैं इसको क्या है. A teacher stood in front of the class with a few items on the table. When the class began, he picked up a jar and proceeded to fill it with rocks. He asked his students whether the jar was full. The student answered yes. He then rolled down some pebbles in the jar, filling the areas between the rocks, and asked the students if the jar was full. The students agreed that now it was. Now he poured sand into the jar. The sand filled the remaining areas. Okay, so first he filled with the rocks, then he filled the jar with pebbles, and now he is filling the jar with sand. Now, said the teacher, I want you to realize that the jar represents your life. So your life is jar. The rocks are important things like your family, like health, partner, and your children, right? If everything is lost and these rocks remain, your life would still be full. So if you lose everything else, but your family is there, health is there, partner is there, children are there, then your life is still full. It is not completely blank. The pebbles are the other things, your job, car, house. So small pebbles are basically your job, your car, your house. The sand is everything else, the small stuff. So if you put the sand first, he continued, there will be no room for pebbles or rocks. Obviously, अगर आप पहले उसमें sand भर दोगे तो आप उसमें pebbles और rocks नहीं भर पाओगे. The same goes for your life. Take care of the rocks first, the things that really matter. So more important thing is the rocks. That means your family, your partner, children, etc. Set your priorities. Rest is just sand. Okay, so the first question is what was the first item which the teacher put into the jar? So सबसे पहले उसने डाला था वो था rocks. Okay. Second question is what are the rocks compared to? So as you can see, the rocks are compared to your family, health, partner, and children, right? Next, third question is what do the pebbles represent? So what do the pebbles represent? As we can see that here it is mentioned that your job, your car, and house, right? These are basically your pebbles. D is find the word from the passage which means to begin a course of action. That means you are starting something. So this proceeded is the correct answer, right? Next, fifth is what does the author mean by the phrase set your priorities? Set your priorities means that you should give more importance uh, to the things which are more important in your life, like your family, health, partner. These are the things which really matter. So you should set these as your priorities. Now, F is find the word from the passage which means opposite to empty. So, empty ka opposite, I'm sure everyone knows. Yes, empty ka opposite is full. Uh, Next is G. Fill in the blank with a suitable word. The things that really matters is dash according to the passage. So we have already discussed it that the things that really matters are these. These are the things that really matters. Okay. So we'll move on. H is the teacher poured some sand in the jar at the end. Write the given statement is true or false. हमने देखा था कि लास्ट में उसने जार में सैंड डाली थी, so it is true. Next we have some stanzas from the poem, and we have to read them, and then we have to answer the following questions. So I'm reading it. Oh, defenders of borders, you are great sons of my land. When we are all asleep, you still hold on to your deed. Windy season or snowy days, or scorching sun's sweltering rays. You are there guarding all the time awake, treading the lonely expanses as yogis, climbing the heights or striding the valleys. defending the deserts and guarding the marshes, surveillance in seas, and by securing the air, prime of your youth given to the nation. Wind chimes of my land, vibrate your feet. We pray for you, brave men. May the Lord bless you all. Now, this poem is written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Now, there are some questions based on this paragraph. Let us read them. And the first one is the poem is dedicated to. So, we know that this poem is dedicated to uh, our soldiers, right? Next is uh, what do they sacrifice for the nation? Uh, Now we know there are four options, and the correct answer is their lives, their youth, and everything, right? Now, third is which figure of speech is used in the last line of the second stanza? Is it a simile, alliteration, metaphor, or hyperbole? So, last line of the second stanza. So, this is this is treading the lonely expenses as yogi. So that means they are comparing it with yogi. So the correct answer here should be, it is actually a simile. Okay, right. सिमिली को हिंदी में बोलते हैं उपमा, जैसे हम उपमाएं देते हैं ना, like that. Okay. So next is fourth. What does Dr. Kalam express through the last two lines? Is it his tribute, his anger, his pessimism, or hope? So in the last two lines, he is paying actually tribute. Fifth one is the scorching in the poem means. Now we already know scorching का मतलब क्या होता है. It means burning. Scorching is actually burning, बहुत तेज, scorching heat. Sixth one is write the word from the poem which means same as close observation or monitoring. तो क्लोज ऑब्जर्वेशन और मॉनिटरिंग जो है, अगर हम उसमें देखेंगे तो एक वर्ड था जिसका मतलब था सर्वेलेंस. यू कैन सी इट हियर, या. तो एक्चुअली दिस वर्ड सर्वेलेंस, दिस इज एक्चुअली द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस particular. Okay, write the word from the poem which means opposite of secondary. सेकेंडरी का अपोजिट वैसे प्राइमरी होता है. यहाँ पर जो है प्राइम दिया हुआ है एक वर्ड, जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं, ये रहा. सो दिस इज द वर्ड. ओके, अपोजिट ऑफ सेकेंडरी. ओके, लेट अस मूव. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू सेक्शन बी, creative writing and grammar, and it is of 17 marks. Now, question is, imagine yourself as Tilly, write your experience as diary entry regarding your visit to Thailand. Okay, so you are going to Thailand. Wow. Mentioning how you helped the co-visitors in the time of calamity. Okay. तो आप दिल्ली हो और आप थाईलैंड गए हो, और वहाँ पर कोई कैलामिटी आ गई और उसमें आपने को विजिटर्स को हेल्प किया. आई हैव रिटन दिस डायरी एंट्री फॉर यू. आई विल शो यू ऑन द स्क्रीन. March 12, 2024, Thai storm. Dear diary, today's visit to Thailand took an unexpected turn as a sudden calamity hit. Amidst the tempest, I became the makeshift helper, organizing shelter and offering support to fellow travelers. The shared struggle forged an unspoken camaraderie, transcending cultural barriers. The resilience of the Thai people and the kindness of the locals turned a crisis into an expected bond. In the heart of the storm, we found unity, strength, and a shared tale of overcoming adversity that will forever tie us to the land of smiles. Adventurously, Tilly. Okay, you can write it in your own words also. I know I have used some little words which you might not have heard, जो आपने अभी तक नहीं सुने होंगे, but you can write it in your own words also. Basically, I just wanted to give you an idea कि डायरी एंट्री कैसे लिखी जाती है. और अगर आप डायरी एंट्री के बारे में जानना चाहते हैं तो एक पूरा वीडियो मैंने डायरी एंट्री के ऊपर बना रखा है, आप उसको जाकर भी चेक कर सकते हैं. वहाँ पर आपको कुछ टॉपिक्स मिल जाएंगे डायरी एंट्री के. Okay, Let's move forward. Write a paragraph on child labor. This also I have already written for you. I'll show you. So as you can see, this is a paragraph writing. Child labor. Child labor is a troubling issue where kids are made to work instead of going to school or playing. It takes away their right to a happy childhood. Some children end up doing dangerous jobs or working in homes when they should be learning and growing. This is not fair because every child deserves a chance to learn, play, and be safe. Governments and communities need to work together to stop child labor, ensuring that all kids can enjoy their right to education and a carefree childhood without having to work in difficult and often harmful conditions. So, this is what I have written. You can write your own. Next question is fourth. Based on the given clues, construct a story. So you have been given some outlines like God promised to an elderly lady he would visit her. She cleaned and polished, waited for God. Sudden knock at the door. A beggar stood out. Not today. Come on the other time, waiting for God. Second knock, a poor old man. Sorry, I can't take care of you today. Another knock. Again, it was a hungry beggar. The lady sent him off, waited for God. Finally, she slept, saw in her dreams. I came to you 3 times today, was snubbed, not allowed to enter. Okay, so these are some, some clues are given. You can construct your own story based on it. Okay, I will move forward um, because then our video will be a bit lengthy if I'll give you the whole story. So next is write a letter to the editor of your local daily regarding the condition of bad roads in your locality. Okay, this also I have already written for you. I'll show it to you. The address is mentioned on the top. Then after writing the sender's address, you will write the editor, um the pioneer, Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg, New Delhi, and subject is regarding the bad condition of roads in our colony. Dear sir, I would like to draw the kind attention of the concerned authorities towards the uh, bad conditions in Ashoka Enclave through the columns of your esteemed newspaper. The road are in bad condition, which with open potholes, due to which the vehicles are not able to move freely. During the rainy season, water gets collected in these holes, due to which many accidents take place. The roads are broken due to indiscriminate digging of the roads from time to time. The residents of our colony have suffered a lot in the past few months. I would request the concerned authorities to look into this matter and take immediate action. They must ensure that the roads are safe and smooth for easy movement of traffic and for the safety of the people. Their efforts in this regard would be much appreciated by one and all. Then you can write yours truly and here it ABC. You can write your name also, but I would rather suggest that you should write XYZ or ABC, something like that. Next, fifth question is write fill in the blanks in the following dialogues, choosing suitable phrases. Now the phrases are at hand, at once, at a low app. Okay, so teacher, you were away from the school without permission. Go to the principal dash and submit submit your explanation at once, right? So the first answer will be at once. Submit your explanation. Yes, ma'am, but would you help me write it first? You look depressed. Why are your spirits dashed today? Like this, we will write here at low. No, this one. So this one will be the second one option. Okay, this one was the first one, and obviously this at hand will be the third one. So what it is, let us find out. Uh, Ashok, I have to write 10 sentences using words that I have never heard before. Your big moment is close at hand. Jyoti, how should we welcome it? Sheba, get up and receive the trophy. Okay. Moving to next. Let us find out what it is. Question 6 is basically convert the following. Convert the following into indirect speech. The first one is Penny said, "Do you really want it, son?" Now, when we'll be converting it, we'll be writing it like this. Penny asked his son if he really wanted the phone. Next is Millville said, "Will he write back with me?" So Millville is actually inquiring here. So the correct answer will be Millville inquired if Jody would write back with him. Next is seventh question, do as directed. The first one is the flowers were raised by the gardener. Now, the flowers were raised by the gardener. Now, identify it as active voice or passive voice. And we know it is actually passive voice. Second is Cammy was dying to hear John's sweet voice. Okay, we have to pick out an adjective. Adjective is basically something which uh, tells us about noun. So sweet is actually your adjective here. Sweet voice. Okay, so sweet is adjective. So moving on to literature, 28 marks. Eighth question is read the extract carefully and answer the questions that follow. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say. Go then, say the ant, and dance the winter away. Okay. So the first question is to whom is the ant talking? Ant किससे बात कर रही थी? This is the chapter the ant and the cricket वाले chapter है आपकी book से. So ant किससे बात कर रही थी? It was talking to cricket. Next is what is the rhyme scheme of the given stanza? The rhyme scheme means last में जो जैसे light or night. So this we can say A and A. Okay, because they both are rhyming. Then gay and say, so we can say they are B and B. So uh, the rhyme scheme is A A B B. Third question is what did the ant suggest to her listener? अब listener कौन था? Listener था जो सुन रहा था cricket. Okay, उसको क्या suggest किया? That he should go right and dance the winter away. That was ant's suggestion. Next, there is another extract, and we have to read it and answer the following questions. Let us read it first. Just as I was gathering up the heap, in the distance I spotted our Tonga. Tonga means Tanga, ठीक है? चाचा जान was returning from the court. चाचा जान court से वापस आ रहे थे. I clutched the jalebis to my chest and ran into a gully. When I reached a safe corner, I began to devour the jalebis. I ate so many jalebis that if anyone pressed my stomach a little, jalebis would have popped out of my ears and nostrils. So now the first question is who was returning from the court? And it is very clear from the passage that Chacha Jan was returning from the court. Find the other word from the passage which means to eat hungrily or greedily. तो ऐसा एक word है this devour. This means to eat hungrily or greedily. जल्दी जल्दी फटाफट खा जाना, right? Third question is write the antonym for dangerous or hazardous. I'm sure you might be knowing antonym is opposite. So opposite of dangerous should be safe. Okay. So this should be the antonym of dangerous or hazardous. Answer any four of the following questions in about 30 to 40 words. These are the questions from your textbook. So I'm not going to answer them. I'm sure that you might be knowing these questions and you might be knowing the answers as well. I'm just reading it out for you. Why did Jody want to bring the phone home? वो phone को वापस क्यों लाना चाहता था जोडी? What was Stephen Hawking's message for the disabled? जो disabled लोग हैं उनके लिए Stephen Hawking का message क्या था? Where do snakes and rodents take shelter and why? जब पानी भर जाता है मॉनसून डायरी में हमने इस क्वेश्चन को देखा था तो स्नेक्स और rodents जो है वो कहाँ पर शेल्टर लेते हैं वो जो एटिक्स वाला जो आंसर है एटिक्स में और गोडाउन में जाते हैं यू हैव टू राइट इट दैट आंसर हियर फोर्थ इज व्हाट आर द थ्री क्वालिटीज दैट प्लेड अ मेजर रोल इन द ऑथर्स क्लाइम ऑथर के क्लाइम में जो तीन क्वालिटीज जिसने मेजर पार्ट प्ले किया था व्हाट कंडीशंस डिड द कैंगरू lay down for giving his friend a ride How did the duck fulfill them? Okay. So these are the questions from your textbook one. Then there will be four questions out of which you have to do any three, and that will be from your textbook two. Okay. So what are those questions? First one is what is it that Ranji finds difficult to explain at home? क्या था जिसको मुश्किल आ रही थी जिसको वो एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पा रहा था, ठीक है? Why didn't he take the coin advice? उसने कॉइन की एडवाइस क्यों नहीं ली? आपको दो या तीन रीजंस बताने पड़ेंगे. He reached home with the coins in his pocket. What happened then? जब वो घर पहुंचा पॉकेट्स कॉइन्स को पॉकेट में लेके, तो वहां पर क्या हुआ घर पर जाकर? Why had Velu run away from home? Okay, so these are the questions from your textbook two. Then, as you know that there will be one a long answer question, and there will be a choice. So the two questions that have been given here is in the fight between रंजी एंड सूरज, रंजी और सूरज के बीच में जो फाइट हुई थी उसका विनर कौन था, और ये आपको 80 वर्ड्स में लिखना है. तो आपको वो सब कुछ लिखना होगा. पूल के लिए क्या हुआ, क्यों हुआ, दोनों के बीच में, फिर किसने किसको मारा, फिर दोनों में क्या बातचीत हुई, कैसे सुलह हुई, क्या किसने क्या डिसाइड किया. यू हैव टू राइट एवरीथिंग इन दैट. इसी के साथ आपको एक ऑप्शन मिला हुआ है. अगर आप 12th नहीं करना चाहते हो तो आप 13th कर सकते हैं. 13th इज सम ऑफ द मेन आइडियाज ऑफ द ऑथर्स मॉनसून डायरी इन अबाउट 80 वर्ड्स. तो इस चैप्टर में भी आपको बहुत कुछ लिखना पड़ेगा. जैसे कि आपको बताना पड़ेगा कि ये रस्किन बॉन्ड के द्वारा लिखी हुई है, और यहाँ पर फ्लोरा और फौना की बात हुई है, किसके, मसूरी के मानसून सीजन की बात हुई है. आप बता दीजिए. जैसे जून 24 जो है फर्स्ट डे ऑफ द मानसून मिस्ट था, और उसमें साइलेंस हो गया था चारों तरफ. हिल्स जो है वो भी साइलेंट हो गए थे. जो चिरपिंग बर्ड्स हैं उन्होंने चिरपिंग बंद कर दी थी. फिर आप बता सकते हैं जून 25 को क्या हुआ था. अर्ली रेन हुई थी मानसून की, है ना, और पूरा जो एनवायरनमेंट था वो ह्यूमिड और वार्म हो गया था. जून 27 के बाद में बात कर सकते हैं आपके लीपर्ड दिखना और लीचेस दिखना स्टार्ट हो गई थी. फिर आप बात कर सकते हो कि जैसे अगस्त 2 में क्या हुआ था. टिन जो रूफ थी टिन की, उस पर बारिश पड़ रही थी, तो कैसे ड्रम का साउंड आ रहा था. अगस्त 3 की बात कर सकते हो आपके. क्लाउड्स है, विस्लिंग साउंड आ रहा था, रेन रुक गई थी, और क्लाउड जो है वो छटने लग गए थे. अगस्त 12 के बारे में बात कर सकते हैं आप. जैसे एकदम एक साथ बहुत दिनों के लिए बारिश चालू हो गई थी, एंडलेस रेन. अगस्त 31 के बारे में बात कर सकते हो आप. जो स्नेक्स और रोडेंट्स है वो घरों के बीच में घुसने लग गए थे, क्योंकि उनके खुद के घर जो है, होल्स जो है वो पानी से भर चुके थे. अक्टूबर 3 के बाद बात कर सकते हो आपके. जैसे स्नोफॉल जो है वो ऊंची चोटियों पर हो गया था, और शाम को हेल स्टॉर्म आ गया था. हेल स्टॉर्म मीन्स ओलों की बारिश. सो यू कैन से ऑल दीज थिंग्स in these 80 words. Okay. We have come to the last part of our question paper. Encircle the correct spelling. Now there are three sets of spellings. Like first one is endurance. So you have to find which is the correct spelling of endurance. Like this one is the correct spelling of endurance. Bruises. Bruises. This first one is the correct spelling. Bruises. And occasional also first one. So that's all from my side today. I hope you get good marks in your exam and shine like a star. All the best wishes from my side. Thank you for watching the video, and keep supporting Hello Adhyapak.